I'm Miguel Cortina with MotorTrend, and I'm so excited to have the Acura Integra here with us, coming just off the global debut. And to talk more about it, I want to welcome John Rivers with Acura Product Planning. John, thank you so much for being here. Pleasure to have you.
Thank you so much, Miguel. Really excited to talk about the Integra prototype.
I'm so excited. So cool to see Acura bringing back the Integra.
Thank you. Yeah, big thing for us was the design, and this new striking 5-door liftgate design is something that people, I think, are really going to enjoy.
Absolutely. This is a prototype, but we know from previous prototypes that Acura has had, it's going to look very similar to the production model.
Absolutely. We really wanted to show our true intentions for the next, styling of the Integra. And so, as you've seen historically, typically our prototypes are very true to the final production models, and we think it'll be very close to what you're seeing today.
There's a lot of cool things going on right here on the front. I love how sporty the front fascia is. Lots of cool details there. You were saying about the grille, that it's the first time that a frameless grille in an Acura car.
Yeah, that's right. We actually debuted that back on the Type S concept that we showed a couple years ago, but it's a new direction for us, so there's no longer a frame. It's kind of well integrated into the front fascia, and the actual diamonds in the grille are kind of now convexed and create this very sophisticated grille design.
Also, I love the Integra on the fascia. It's pretty cool.
It harkens back to the previous generation, so to have it embossed under our front headlights as well as the rear tail lights was something unique and special.
Also, you have the chicane lights, a signature element for Acura these days. Very strong character lines coming up here in the front hood.
We've been really good about creating very nice surfacing on our recent designs, and that continues with the Integra. So very sculpted hood design that kind of completes this, like you said, very aggressive front fascia.
Well, I love what's happening here in the front, but there's a lot more happening in the rear.
Yeah, let's go take a look.
Let's go.
Our design team did a fantastic job, right? Because in many ways, they looked at a lot of different previous generations of Integras, even the RSX for kind of inspiration for the design. And I think you can see a little bit of that with the very single-piece large LED taillights and just the detailing in the actual chicane LED and the extra brake lights. It just really shows a kind of modern, sporty iteration.
Of course, dual exhausts. I gotta say, I love the yellow detail. Don't think we'll make it to production, but, it looks pretty cool.
Yeah, that being a prototype gives us a little flexibility to try new things, and I think it was received really well.
Now, you kind of have like two spoilers going on in the lift back, no? The one, the deck lid, is pretty evident, but then if you take a closer look at the glass where the third brake light is, there's a little design detail that maybe plays with aero a little bit also.
Yeah, it's obviously there for that purpose and a unique styling element where it just gives it that extra level of aerodynamics and that kind of sporty intentions that kind of feed off of this, rear spoiler here.
And also, as you go down here, you have the fascia and then the rear diffuser as well, all in black. So it's also a good design element there that adds more character to the rear.
Starting from the roof and kind of making your way down, there's all of those, gloss black elements that, give it that very sporty design.
Yeah. So, John, even though you're bringing a lot of key ingredients from Integra, it's not a carbon copy of the Integra that we had a decade and a half or 2 decades ago in this country.
We started with a blank sheet, and we never really wanted to do a retro car. We didn't want to necessarily recreate the past, but we wanted to create something in the light that if the Integra had never went away, how would it have evolved into the lineup? And we think this is it.
It's still going to be fun to drive. It's still sporty. It still looks cool. The basics are there.
For us, it's really just capturing the spirit of Integra.
Now, let's talk a little more about the bones and what's underneath the sheet metal. A lot of comments on my Instagram feed were about, oh, it looks like a Civic. The Integra of 2 decades ago was based on a Civic platform too. It looks like a Civic. It probably shares a lot of parts with the Civic, but in a way, it's very different.
I think, a lot of it is you have to see the car in person, and here now in the studio lights, you really get to see the character lines. And, one thing that maybe didn't come across was that there's no sheet metal shared with the Civic. While there will be, some commonality as there has been historically, this model will be able to stand on its own as a, exclusive design.
Acura is expanding the Type S sub-brand We've seen it in the TLX, we've seen it in the MDX, we've seen it in the NSX. Are we gonna see it in the Integra?
Well, we're not here to confirm anything like that today. As you mentioned, it's proliferating throughout the brand lineup, and as a performance brand, it's been great to bring that back as well. Stay tuned for exciting news moving forward.
Now let's talk about the technical details of the new Integra. You guys have announced a 1.5-liter turbo engine, a 6-speed manual, and a limited slip differential. So you kind of had adding a lot of ingredients to please enthusiasts there.
To please enthusiasts and just to guarantee that fun to drive spirit that Integra has always had. And when we look at who we kind of targeted for this vehicle, they're active, they're young, they've got their things they carry, their friends they carry. And this is the perfect body style to provide that, and liftgate just adds that extra, versatility.
Integra has always been very attractive in terms of pricing. It's been a very attainable car, and this won't be the exception. $30,000 around there to start, that is pretty attractive.
Yeah, in today's marketplace, that's actually a very aggressive price point because we really want to see these cars on the road. Historically, Integra, had that same positioning, and it sold quite well. We actually, went back and tallied, and I think we sold a million plus Integras. So that's our hope for this car, is to be the new kind of gateway and bring in a lot of new customers for the brand.
When is it coming? And can people, start ordering them already?
There's obviously a lot of excitement. I saw some of that. We're saying that the car will go on sale next year. And since we're in November, that's not that far away. But yeah, we're really excited next year to see these cars on the road. And as we get closer to the introduction, things like the reservations and ordering will come up as well.
Well, John, I'm so excited to have Integra coming next year. I'm excited to drive it. I'm excited to find more information about it as we get to that closer on sale date. Thank you so much for being here.
Thank you, I really appreciate it.
Thank you, and thank you for watching. For more on Integra, please make sure you visit MotorTrend.com.